Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs, and I am so happy to be in my happy place and talking to all of you. I don't know whether you realize this or not, but I have been on the road for the entire month of September and actually a few days in August, and I am just now back. My husband and I, we're traveling basically across the country, and I really should have still been gone right now. I have a brother that lives in Washington State, next to the Canadian border, and we were traveling from Texas, through part of Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, Montana, and to go visit him, and basically, seeing the national parks, etc. And we were on our way up there, and we were in Montana, and the fires in the Northwest. They are so bad, and I feel so bad for people who live there and everything that they've gone through. But because of that, we had to change our plans and basically backtrack and come back a little early, but we still got to do a lot of things that were on our list. And the entire time I had pre-made videos, and I was putting them out there for y'all to see. So if I didn't get back with you sometimes on comments and things like that, the cell phone service and the Wi-Fi, everything was terrible in most places that we were at. So, I apologize for that. I'm trying to catch up, and just give me a little bit of time. But anyway, that's where I have been. And so I haven't actually recorded anything for over a month. So, so bear with me on this. So anyway, I am very happy to be back. And my last video I put out was for my flip through of the Gypsy Junk Journal, my Boho Gypsy Junk Journal. And I really appreciate all of your kind comments, and I know that we did that together, and so a lot of it wasn't a surprise, but I really enjoyed doing it, and I am actually making two more. One of the two is spoken for. I still have one available, and the way I'm doing it, I just can't bring myself to do custom orders because it just kind of puts a lot of pressure on me, and I don't know, it kind of takes the fun out of it for me, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm basically just going to do them. If you want one, tell me. You're not totally committed, I will do the flip through. If you decide you don't want it after I do the flip through, that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. I can just put it in my Etsy store, or I can give it as a gift, or I can keep it or do something. So I'm not concerned about that. So if you do think you will want one of the two, they're going to be very similar. They won't be the same because I don't know how to do that. So my journals are very eclectic, and it would be really hard for me to duplicate. And I don't like doing it that way. I like mine to be very, very one of a kind. So anyway, if you're interested in the other one, let me know. Okay, so today what I want to do is I want to talk about what I want to do for the month of October, okay? And the reason I'm giving you a heads up on this, here, I'll take this down, is that I thought maybe some of you might want to do a kind of a craft along with me thing, because I do have a lot of regular people, and that's what they do. And I thought if I tell you ahead of time, not a lot ahead of time, but give you a little bit of a heads up, that maybe you might be able to do some of this with me. And I personally like to do that. I don't necessarily always do it the same exact thing as they're doing, but I like to be crafting and, you know, watching videos. I feel like there's somebody in the craft room with me, and I thought if I gave you a little heads up, maybe you could gather some of these things beforehand. And I realize it's not a lot of heads up, but I'm going to do the best I can to maybe start doing that from not here on out. I'm not a great planner. I can't even tell you how many times I do a video that I just thought of that day. So, you know, and when I first started doing them, I used to do a lot of prototypes and things like that. And I stopped doing that because it was just taking so much time. But I may start doing that again because I'm going to go ahead and I have decided, because for a while there I was doing a video a day or close to a video a day, and then I started doing it 4 times a week, and even then that's hard to do and get journals done because you're always, you know, prepping for the video, doing the video, editing the video, you know, posting. It just takes a lot of time. So what I think I'm going to do is and plus I don't know what I'm bringing to the table. You know, it's hard to kind of bring new things and, you know, even not necessarily new ideas, but new ways of doing things, etc. You know, and I don't want to force the issue, and I don't want to put bad videos out there. Although I'm sure I still will, but I'm just saying that I'm going to just probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to try, and I may not always be able to stick to this. So, you know, just bear with me here. I'm going to try and do a kind of a process type craft with me, whatever you want to call it, tutorial on Tuesday and on Thursday every week. Okay. So that means, you know, twice a week, there'll be, you know, I'll try and be bringing you something that we're actually doing together or learning together, because a lot of stuff I do, guys, I'm learning with you. I haven't done it before, and I'm doing it just kind of live, so you get to see all my mistakes and all my issues. So anyway, so I'm going to try and do that on Tuesday and Thursday, and then I think on either Saturday or Sunday, I'm not sure what day. It's really going to depend on kind of my schedule. I think I'm going to kind of reserve that for maybe flip throughs, Etsy stock things, like things I put in my Etsy store, just kind of that kind of thing. Not necessarily a tutorial or a process or that type of thing. So I'll try and get with you, you know, at least I'm going to try and do 3 times a week. Okay, so that's what I'm going to try and do. Okay, so let me get to what I wanted to show you. Okay, so for the month of October, and we are going to do, let me get, what was I going to get here? Okay, yeah, this is what we're going to do first. Oh my gosh. I just got these new bags. I ordered these off of Amazon, and I love them. They were relatively inexpensive. So I kind of use them to sort through my stuff. And anyway, okay. So what I want to do first is I want to start getting ready for Christmas stuff. Last year, I don't know, did I start in November? I probably started in November. I wasn't doing videos then, but I ended up, gosh, I bet you I made 25 different journals at Christmas time. And between presents and then people asked me to make them for them, and, you know, custom orders and all this. So, and I was so burnt out. But I'm not going to do that this year. But I thought I would give you guys some ideas what you might want to do for yourself, for gifts, And if we do that in October, even if you don't have all the stuff and can't craft with me, it gives you a little time to kind of gather some things up, and then maybe you could, you know, want to make some of these either for yourself or family, friends, whatever. Anyway, the first thing, I have had these that I bought, and I've got them from several different sources. I got one from a yard sale. I got one from an estate sale. I bought some on eBay. These are the cookbooks, the Better Homes and Garden Cook. It doesn't have to be this kind. This is just this is just not a 3-ring binder, but a binder cookbook. And you can use any kind of binder like this. In fact, if you wanted to, you could use a binder, just a 3-ring binder if you wanted to. I do know that some of the old journal type things too, a lot of times they'll be in a binder capacity. But these are good to use because they have these tabs, okay, already there. Not to mention, I mean, look at this really cool picture. I think this is I have a few of these that are first edition, so I have to remember which ones are which. I thought I marked them. Anyway, they have some of the really cool pictures in them, and then the illustrations, and they have all these really neat dividers. See, look at that. Isn't that neat? Anyway, so I like to use these, and actually I've only done one, so I'm not exactly a pro at it, but if you can get your hands on one of these, like, see, look at that Christmas. It's so vintage, and the papers are old, you know. But what I'm going to do is I am going to make I don't know if I'd call it a Christmas cookbook, because I kind of think Thanksgiving and Christmas are kind of rolled into one as far as cooking, don't you think? All the festive cooking. Anyway, so I want to make a cookbook, and the reason I like this, obviously, is that you can open it and you can put your own recipes in it, right? And take things out. It has the dividers in it, okay? So now I will say that the things that I am going to leave in there, we're going to have to reinforce those. So I don't think I put this on my list of things to get, but let me see if I have any in here. I may not. I had some hole reinforcers sitting up here, but I may not have them out anymore. Let me look. Nope, doesn't look good for that. Well, shoot. Okay. I don't know where they went to. I used to have quite a few, but I don't think I have them out. Anyway, what you're going to need is obviously one of these cookbooks, or they have garden books or whatever. The cookbook works the best, like I said, if you can find one. And I found mine on eBay, and I don't think I paid very much for most. Most of them were running anywhere from $10 to $15. You know, so anyway, just look for one if you want one. And I actually found, okay, based on my age, okay, my book that I got for a wedding present was right up the same as these. So, I actually have one of those that I was going to do too. So, you know, I mean, vintage is, you know, right now anything from the 90s, I think. So, and they, you know, and they still make these too. So anyway, get one of those, and we can start on that. And what you're going to need for that is you will need the little round hole reinforcers. I can't believe I can't find those. Where in the world could they have been? I've got all this stuff. My craft room is such a disaster, people. Oh my gosh. You know, I was running around trying to get stuff done before I left, and you know how that is. Then I've come home, and I haven't even come close to putting everything away. But, you know how that is. And so, oh, here we go. I got them. I've colored some of these. Well, I think I covered them all brown, and I may still do that. These are the white. These are white when you get them. I just got these at the dollar store, but you are going to need these. Some like they have them at Walmart, Office Supply, or whatever. But you do need to reinforce the holes on here, because a lot of these, you know, pages are not in great shape. Okay, so you will need your book. You may need hole reinforcers. You may need some Tyvek or duct tape or something to reinforce the spine over here, because a lot of these are kind of worn out. This one's actually in really good shape, but you may need that. It depends on what you want to do. You may want to cover, you know, your cookbook with some Christmas, you know, material. You may want to look into that. I don't know that I'm going to use this, but I just got it out as an example. You may want to cover the whole thing. You may want to leave it this way and then just, you know, cover the spine. You may want to get some, you know, trim, that type of thing. You may want to put tassels or do whatever. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, but those are the kind of things that you're going to need. The other thing that you will need, and it just depends on what you think you're going to, you know, put in the book. I don't know what I'm going to use for sure yet, so you may want to, you know, if you don't have any Christmas papers, get some papers that you think would work. You know, whatever era or whatever, however you want it to look. So just get your hand on some Christmas paper, and I don't use the super heavy cardstock, but then I do like it kind of not too flimsy, just because you're going to be, you know, punching holes in there. You will need some sort of a hole punch. You can use an individual one, or you can use a multi-punch. I have a multi-punch, but you definitely could use a hand hole punch. You don't have to have, you know, a multi-punch to do this. Anyway, so that's kind of the things that you're going to need for that. And I am going to start that next Tuesday, which will be, let's see, what day is that? That will be Tuesday, October 6th is when I'm going to do that. And like I said, I apologize. I seriously apologize for the late notice on this, but, you know, like I said, you're lucky I planned anything, because usually I plan that day. So anyway, that's the kind of thing you probably want to get your hands on. Like, look in your cookbooks, you know, look in your mom's stash, your friend's stash. They probably have it doesn't have to be this kind. It could be any, you know, any kind. And again, it doesn't have to be a cookbook. But I am going to leave some of these tabs in there. I'm going to decorate some of them to some degree. But like appetizers and beverages, I'm going to leave some of those in there the way they are. And so the fact that it's a cookbook helps, okay? So anyway, I'm going to work on that. That'll be one thing. The second one that I want to do, let me get that out, is I was thinking about a December daily. I have not ever made myself one. I actually made some relatives some, but I didn't make myself any. And I wanted to do this, and I want to do something with these Reader's Digest, okay? So I don't know, I think on one of my haul videos, I got a bunch of these. I could have got 100 of them. I mean, for $1 a piece. And I love, love, love the size of Reader's Digest. I don't even know, and I know they're very popular for that reason. But anyway, I thought what I would do is make a December daily with the Reader's Digest, because I think it would be the perfect size, okay? And Dawn from the Book Vandal just did a video where she made the coolest, oh my gosh, thing where she used 2 Reader's Digest and had one, oh gosh, I don't know, it was just so cool. Kind of hard to explain. Basically one inside the other, and this, and they have to be the same size books. Does not have to be a Reader's Digest, could be any book, any 2 books that are the same size, but she used Reader's Digest, and I have a ton of them, so I'm going to do that. And if you haven't seen her video, it's actually, I think, a series of 6 videos. So it's Dawn from the Book Vandal. Pop over there and see her, and it's really cool. But I want to do that and make a December daily out of it, because I just think it'd be really neat. And I'm actually, I don't even know if I'm going to really call it a December daily. It will have a December daily in it, but I'm actually going to put two signatures in there with like a calendar for November and December. Basically a holiday planner is what I'm calling it. I'm not really calling it a December daily. I'm calling it a holiday planner, okay? So you'll need your 2 books that are the same. Like I said, I'm using these 2 Reader's Digests. I am not sure if I'm even going to cover these with any Christmas paper or anything. I may leave them this and just put, I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I just kind of have a basic idea out there. So you'll need those. You'll need something to reinforce it. I like to use this athletic tape. It's really becoming kind of one of my favorite things to use. You can use some duct tape, some Tyvek, whatever. Because once we cut these, you'll be cutting the inside out. So you will be using this same spine that's there. We're not replacing it. And so we're going to have to reinforce that. And then any kind of, I had this paper. It doesn't, I don't know that I'm going to use this paper, guys, but if I do, I might. I'm not sure yet. Any kind of paper you think you might be using in here. Like I said, I don't like the super thick paper, but then again, I don't want it super thin. And we're going, and also you're going to need, did I decide on it? 3 manila, or not manila, any kind. I mean, but I'm going to use manila. 3 manila file folders. You'll need some file folders for this, some Christmas paper, and it doesn't have to be, Christmas scrap paper. It could be, if you've had digitals you want to use, you could use those too. In fact, I might use digitals on this. I haven't decided yet. But any kind of whatever you're going to use, digitals or whatever, 3 file folders and 2 books and something to reinforce it with, and then your usual stuff that you need, your glue, your scissors, and that kind of thing. All right, so that I am going to do. When did I decide I was going to do that? Let me see here. I have to look through my schedule. We will be doing that. I think Thursday, October 15th is when I'm hoping to start that. Okay, so if you can get your books by then, we'll be doing that. And I think that should give you enough time. Like I said, it doesn't have to be Reader's Digest. It can be just, 2 books the same size. I just think that this size will work really great for that. And pop over on her channel and you can see what that, if I remember to do it, I will put the link there. But if not, it's just Dawn on the Book Vandal. And if you're not subscribed to her channel, you should definitely, God, I love the stuff that she does. I just love it. Anyway, I want to do that, and I thought it would work really great as a Christmas, or really I should just say a holiday planner, okay? Not necessarily well, I guess you could use it either way as a daily or whatever. Anyway, you can use it for whatever you want. You'll see. Okay, so the last thing that I want to do in October, oh my gosh, I have all the stuff on my floor that I'm picking up. I did these last year, and I have so many little golden books, a lot of them vintage, so I am going to make some little golden books, journals, and I know I've done little golden books before, but I just thought we'll do them again, you know, just because I'm going to keep it kind of down to two videos, just to kind of show people the process. And anyway, so you don't have to get vintage golden books. That I just kind of went on a thing last year and really enjoyed purchasing and finding these and doing whatever. I mean, you can get a brand new golden book. In fact, when I first did this, that's all I used was the new ones, and you know, kind of to learn how to do it. But now I've gotten to where I love doing the super vintage ones, and I've got several first editions and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to be making quite a few of these and putting them in my shop, but I wanted to just one more time show everybody how to do these. And so you'll need a little golden book. Let me see. Some chipboard, and I don't know exactly how heavy this is, but it's pretty heavyweight chipboard, because we will be making a spine. And then I will show you my binding method, and you just need some cardstock. I usually use white, but you don't have to. I mean, it could be scrap cardstock. I forgot the one thing I was going to tell you to add with that. You also need some sort of cotton-ish type twine that you can use glue with. And I always use tacky glue for this. So you do need a white glue, a PVA type glue, to do this with, and you know, your paper and that. And then you need some sort of material. I don't know, I bought some fat quarters, I think at Walmart, and then I bought just some pieces. I think I went to Hobby Lobby and just got a 1/4 yard of a bunch of stuff. And it's after I got it, I went to my favorite thrift store, and it was just the weirdest thing. For like $3, I got this giant bag of Christmas cotton stuff, and I don't know, I have a plethora of it. So anyway, I am going to, the biggest reason I'm doing this, I have so many little golden books, and I actually am probably going to put some of these in my Etsy shop, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. So I'm going to put some in there, some of my very vintage ones, just because I know, you know, I'm never going to be able to use all these. So anyway, so you need your golden book, your material, your some sort of cotton thread, twine, or whatever. And it needs to be reasonably thick, but not super. I think I had some string of some sort at one point that I used, but I think the last time I used this, and you'll see why. And then, you know, your chipboard and this. And I don't usually put Tyvek or any type of support in there to reinforce it, because I'm using the material, but you can do that. Again, you could use this athletic tape or duct tape or whatever. to do that. And then of course you're going to want to use, and I have, you know, all different kinds of papers, but I always buy, you know, the super not expensive. And I like to get papers that are going to go with whatever book I'm doing. So again, just get you some either scrapbooking paper or digitals or whatever it is that you want to include in there. Your choice, okay? And then we will go ahead and work on that, okay? So I am, let's see, when was I going to do that? Go look at my calendar. That will be Tuesday, October 27th. So that is when I'm going to start that. And hopefully all of this will be done by the end of October. So, you know, even if you don't have your stuff in time to craft along with me, you'll have it. You'll have the videos to refer back to so that you can do this stuff and have the month of November. And if you're anything like me, I was doing stuff, you know, like Christmas Eve, you know, in the month of November, maybe part of December, to make your gifts that you're going to do or maybe sell or whatever you're going to do. So anyway, that is my plan, guys. I really have nothing else to share. Let me see if I had anything else on my list. Oh, the other thing that I'm going to do for the month of November is I am going to be doing a Christmas journal. And this is going to be a fabric journal, you know, my normal kind of fabric journal that I do where I put file folder in between kind of a thing. Anyway, and I will be doing that probably in November, okay? So, and hopefully, maybe I'm hoping by this weekend I'll have a chance to do this because I've got to cut up the material and get it all ready and get it listed. But I have a bunch of material that I bought, and I bought way more than I'll ever use just because I wasn't going to at first, but then I thought, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it out there. And I have said this before, I just never have time. That's why I'm cutting back on my filming schedule, because I don't have time to do anything but film, it seems like. So I'm going to go ahead and list that material if anybody wants to buy it. Because I am going to be making in November 2 different fabric, you know, on film. That's going to be my thing. 2 different fabric covered journals. Okay, just Christmas journals. Okay, and I will show you the different fabrics I have. Some of them are Christmas, some of them aren't. The fabrics, I mean. But I will be making 2 Christmas ones in December, okay, or November. I'm sorry. Yeah, for November. That's what we're going to do. And then I don't have any idea what I'm going to do in December. Have no clue, guys. None. Okay? So I may just kind of go quiet for the month of December just so I don't go crazy. Because let me tell you, I was going crazy last year and I wasn't even filming. Just trying to, you know, get all my journals done that I needed to get done. So anyway, guys, that is all I have. And so I will be on in a few days just showing you what I'm putting in my Etsy store if you're interested. I'm probably only going to ship to the United States because I'm shipping for free and I'm trying to keep the costs down. And it's really hard to ship overseas and super expensive right now. So I'm probably only going to be able to do that. But it will be relatively cheap. Just, you know, I really just bought it, like I said, because I was like, oh my God, people are going to love this. So I just thought I would share. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Nothing else. And thank you for watching my videos while I was gone and hanging in there with me. Like I said, I did not get to respond very much because half the time we had no Wi-Fi or cell phones. It was interesting. But it was kind of cool. I loved it. I'm telling you, you know, we were safe. We had our own RV, slept in our own bed, our own cat, ate most of the time, you know, our own food and prepared our own food. And it was mainly just us, other than I met my brother, and I met my sister and her husband. And this weird thing is my Aunt Melinda was in Moab, Utah. I mean, come on, Moab, Utah, at the same time that we were there, and we had not planned it at all. I had no idea she was going to be there, and I looked on Facebook, and I'm looking, and she's posting these pictures of her in Moab, and I'm like, and you have to realize my aunt lives in New York and Florida, okay? So I live in Texas, and I don't get to see her that often. It's my mom's sister, and you know, maybe once every few years if I'm lucky, you know. And so it was just the weirdest thing. She posts these pictures, and I'm like, what are you here now? You know, because a lot of people don't post things until after they get back or whatever. And there she was, you know, right there in Moab. So the next night we went out to dinner and everything, and that was just really cool. And I met up with my sister and her husband and my brother, and we were supposed to, like I said, travel back with them to go to Oregon and Washington, and you know, go, because we were in an RV. We're gonna go. We had gotten the amazing reservations, all these really cool places, and of course, you know, I mean, I shouldn't talk about how we were put out. I mean, people are being devastated over there. So, but we had to change everything and, you know, backtrack. And so that changed a lot of our plans. But we still had an amazing time. And honestly, guys, you know, get out and see the United States, because it is beautiful. There's so many beautiful places. It's just, oh my God, I was just in awe. And, you know, like I said, I didn't get to do half the stuff we were going to do. So I can't even imagine. I'm hoping maybe next year we might get to do that. So, all right, guys, that is all I have. I do thank you for, like I said, my responses to the Boho Gypsy Journal. And I will be making the other two and having those done. I will do a flip through on those. I'm not going to make any of that on, because we already did, you know, we already did all that. So, but I will do the flip through on those. Okay. All right, guys, take care, and you guys stay safe. And I will be back on Saturday. All right. Thank you.